Now, we've heard about the U.S. commitment to give Israel military aid. What kind of aid will that be?
Well, I'll give you one key word: munitions. That's what Israel says that it wants. And the president made it very clear that more of those munitions for their Iron Dome air defense would be arriving. Secretary Austin just said today that the first aid arrived yesterday to Israel. And the reason that these munitions are so important is because Hamas has been firing dozens and dozens and hundreds of rockets into Israeli territory, and their Iron Dome is able to intercept these rockets and missiles. But if they do not have the munitions to continue the Iron Dome, it will not work for them. So that is priority number one, Secretary Austin said, and President Biden said. In addition to the support for that, there's going to be financial support for their military as well, because when a country is at war, they are going to need to keep their government and keep their people and keep life running as much as they can, because a lot of things shut down when you're in the middle of a war. So that is also going to be a critical line of support from the U.S. military. But let's not forget here that the Israeli military, it's very strong, it's very capable. It has hundreds of thousands of people in reserves that it can call up. So we're not looking at any U.S. boots on the ground in this scenario, not at least in Israel. But the U.S. does want to show that it is supporting the region and also try to deter other actors like Hezbollah, for example, or Iran, for example, from taking advantage of the situation. So you've seen a lot of movement into the Middle East region. I just got off the phone with an official who told me that there was a squad of A-10s that has arrived in the region just now from Arizona. And another squadron of A-10 jets are also going to be extended in the region. And the biggest sign of support and deterrence that you will see is the USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier strike group in the Eastern Mediterranean.
Yeah, now, very quickly, there are some who wonder whether this will distract from any military aid to Ukraine.
Well, Secretary Austin just finished a press conference in Brussels today, and he said, no, the United States can absolutely support both Ukraine and Israel. He says the United States is committed to stopping terrorism and supporting democratic institutions. Now, keep in mind, those two countries are already the two largest recipients of U.S. military aid. Israel so far has received about $44 billion, Ukraine so far has received about $44 billion from the United States since Russia invaded in February of last year. Israel, on the other hand, has continuously received between $3 and $4 billion in U.S. military aid from the United States. So that will continue and can be ramped up if necessary and if Congress will approve additional funds.